He walked up the wall backwards while holding the grandmother's hand. He flipped over and landed on his feet. Those are words written in an official Department of Child Services report on a family who claimed to be possessed by demons. How could a 9-year-old boy walk up a wall backwards? That and other factors made this exorcism case international news when the Indianapolis Star newspaper released a story where more than a dozen interviews with DCS personnel, psychologists, and 3 different police departments spoke to the authenticity of these phenomena. In this video, I will share the details directly from the DCS and police reports, address the merits of what skeptics have said, and more. First, exorcisms have been sensationalized and led many to dismiss them. Dr. Richard Gallagher is a board-certified psychiatrist, a psychoanalyst on the faculty of Columbia University, and a professor of psychiatry at New York Medical. He graduated from Princeton and had a psychiatry residency at Yale. He has this to say about exorcisms.
We all have to be open to considering that there's something more here. And if you just exclude all these people and say, well, they're all psychotic individuals or something, they're never going to get the help they need.
This man is endorsed by a past president of the American Psychiatric Association, and his words speak to the authenticity of demonic possession. Gallagher has spent 25 years assessing patients to rule out psychological disorders prior to recommending exorcisms. While these are real, exorcist Chad Ripperger says,
the number of people that actually come to us that actually are possessed, it's only 0.5%. So less than 1% of the people.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't mean they don't have other diabolic issues, but it's less.
So these are rare, but do happen. And this is a case where it is documented with nearly 800 pages of medical, psychological, and official records that the Indianapolis Star reviewed for their story. For a full overview, click the link here. After investigating the details of this case, the chief of police for the Hammond Police Department said this about the situation.
I went on the investigation, like I said at the very beginning, thinking that it was a hoax. The more investigation we did, I believe that there's something there. There's just too many people that I know who are truthful people that saw things, that some of them which I saw, to discount everything.
This started in April 2012 when LaToya Amons and her 3 children, ages 12, 9, and 7, claimed to be possessed by demons. On April 19th, they went to their family physician and stated that the daughter levitated above the bed, that items were being thrown around in their house, and there were voices talking to the children. Their doctor said, "I was scared myself when I walked into the room." Medical staff witnessed the 7-year-old who was lifted and thrown into the wall with nobody touching him. He passed out, 911 was called, and they were taken to the Gary Methodist Hospital campus. DCS Family Case Manager Valerie Washington was assigned to the investigation. The official DCS report states that later that evening, the 9-year-old walked up the wall backwards while holding the grandmother's hand, and he never let go. He flipped over and landed on his feet in front of the grandmother and sat down in the chair. On her report it says, "I affirm under the penalties for perjury that the foregoing representations are true." The penalty for perjury is jail time, so this speaks to the authenticity of this occurrence. Years later, her account is consistent.
When he did walk up the wall before my eyes, he could not remember doing it 5 minutes afterwards. We had no words to explain it because we didn't understand it either. I worked as a child fatality worker. I investigated children dying. I've seen children in various situations burned, beaten, but after that, it was traumatic.